Hi, this is the Forest Daughter Creole, and I'm going to decorate a beautiful page here called the Herbal Witch Kit by AmyJoyStudios on Etsy. So I'll pull it up a little bit more so you can see the whole thing. Mostly I'm just going to repeat some of the patterns on here and see what we end up with. So I thought I would add little ties to these ties that are already in the digital artwork itself. I'm not sure how to put them on. I could use fabric glue, but then that tends to stick. So I thought I would try using a fine metal wire and poking holes and threading it through and tying it gently on the back. So let's see how that goes. Just gonna use a fine pin to poke the holes. I don't know if you can see this here, that maybe right here. I'm trying to miss the pocket on the other side. I don't know if you can see where the pin is there. I'm doing it on the next one. Maybe. There we go. It's taken me a while to get this together. My kittens are about three and a half months old now. And of course they stole the twine and then stole the pin. It's been kind of challenging. Okay, so I think we've got holes poked in there and in my finger, but that's the way it goes. Just using wire cutters from my jewelry kit. And yes, that is blood. C'est la vie. So I thought I would do it this way. Can you see? Okay. And go up and over. Down the pinholes here. Oops. Maybe yes, maybe no. You try something new, you just got to see how it goes. And pull that tightly down. Then on the other side is a decorated page as well. I thought I would just wrap this. And then I use an old chopstick to kind of push things down flat. Let's see if I can get this to go flat. It may be as good as I get. Trim the wires off close. Am I still in the frame? Yeah, I really considered fabric glue, but that tends to stay kind of tacky and make the center pages stick together, and I didn't like that. So this will actually press down quite flat. Gotta do a little arranging on this side, but I think it's on there securely. We'll do it again. So this is just some fine colored wire I got at Michael's. And poking it through the hole here. Grabbing one of the bow ties I made just with garden twine. I never promised you guys I was graceful, because this is not working very well. I'm gonna pull this tight again. Let's make sure that hole went all the way through again. We can do this. So I'm just going up and over the bow and then down into the other hole. Maybe. Really doesn't want to go in this second hole. Line the bow up. I'm just pulling it from the back, snugging it down, and turning it over and doing what we did before. See, I didn't get it very even. First time for everything, guys. I'm going to push back some of this first wire loop, pull it back into the second spot, line this up again. Have a little bit more to work with. All I'm doing is the first cross of a standard knot. Probably should have brought my pliers over so I could pull this tighter. Hang 10, I'm going to grab them. That's when you think you're prepared for everything, huh? And then I'm start working it down with the end of my chopstick. There, that's lying pretty flat. And I'm just going to trim those pieces off and smash them down. Again, with just a flat side wire cutter. I think what I may end up doing is running a line of decorative tape over the top of that to hold it flat. Centering that just a little bit. Now I've got one more to go here. Of course, this might have been prettier with wire that wasn't as visible, but this is what I have. Try if we kink it first. Down through there. Put this here. Go down the second pinhole. And pull it from the back. There, that's better. Again, just the first cross of a standard knot. This might be even easier if you had two pliers, but I don't right this minute. If you're wondering, this is a pocket here, so I was trying not to get it to go through the pocket, but it looks like I probably will need to tape it down with something. And let's see what I got that might work. Take this green one here, just washi tape. All right, guys. There is no start to it. Nothing like a line pattern to make the start impossible. There, I feel it. There we go. Clean that up a little. Well, maybe not this pattern then. There's days where everything you do goes wrong. I'm gonna see if I have another washi tape that might work, because that one just does not want to go. Most of mine, unfortunately, are too patterned. This one might work. This is kind of an oriental floral. I would not have picked it for this, but since there's a lot of pink and purple on the other side, it'll connect the two pages together. I want to make sure I leave the pocket open here. All right. Happy set? Shh, I'm filming. We're trying. Everything I try to do has gone wrong so far, but sometimes just the way it goes. Okay. So now we have the ties around the bottles echoing that. And I'll put away my washi tape here. All right. These two little tags, can I get them in screen? There we go. Are Forest Fantasy Creatures by the DigitalScrapHelper on Etsy. And I thought if you put these two here, they blend enough to almost just melt right in. And I really liked that look. So I'm gonna back them with some Christmas paper because it holds a lot of the same colors. So let's do that. Make sure I know which end is the edge here. So I'm thinking this video might not make it to the live screen. We've got so many mistakes in it, from bloody fingers to not finding the tape. I don't know how. So let's glue these down. Again, I just use Elmer's Glue All. I like the fact that you can spread it with your fingers and it doesn't make a mess. If you can get it out of the bottle. There we go. You can tell I haven't been crafting in a while. It took a minute to get that to pop open. Here we go. And I just use a damp cloth with water to clean up the glue mess as I go. Seems to work really well. I just wash it out with dish soap and keep using it. You see how it's slightly curling here? I will press these overnight to dry. And I'll give you a bit of what they look like here first. Sometimes if you wet both sides, they flatten out a bit. And yes, that was my same glue cloth. Feeling better from the COVID that I was fighting, but it is ungodly hot here in Illinois today. Our heat indices are above 100. So you do hear the fans running in the background. Our little air conditioner just can't keep up with it. So if you look carefully at this one, and I really like this one, it's got a feather and stones, and it looks like maybe pine cones in here, and little flowers and trees. It's a lot, and that looks like rosemary and a crow feather, so I really enjoy that little piece. I wouldn't have thought to put those together, but AmyJoyStudios did. Let you sink down in it and start building your own stories, doesn't it? This one's got 3 magical potions, one of which is steaming a little bit. A crystal, some leaves. Looks like some juniper branches coming down. Really pleased with this set. I definitely would purchase it again. Magical Creatures, Forest Magical Creatures by AmyJoyStudios. Okay. Now to top this, I have a piece of slightly transparent ribbon I got on sale at a thrift shop. Those are my fabric scissors. Little and easy to grab. And then I'm just going to poke holes with this tiny Fiskars hole punch at the top. No, that's not terribly centered, but we'll fake it. I'm going to make a lark's bow. We'll see if that holds. Lark's head knot. Because the ribbon is kind of slick, it may not hold, but we'll see. Just fold it in half, put the folded part through the hole, and then your 2 ribbon ends through the loop. Maybe. And then I'm just going to cut them even here. And once I'm done filming, I will go over with a match and just sear those edges so the polyester melts down on itself and stays in place. So again, a lark's head knot is you fold something in half. I'm folding it in half again to make it small enough to go through the hole. You go through the hole, and it doesn't really matter which side you go from. They look a little different, but they're both pretty. And you see the loop here? And you put the 2 ends through the loop and snug it down. Again, I'm just going to trim the edges. And we've got 2 pretty tags with room to write on the back. And the final thing I wanted to do on this page, I didn't want to distract from it too much because I'm really quite pleased with how this digital artwork looks, is I've got 2 pens. This is a Stabilo pen, metallic and gold. I got that at a pop shelf store here in Champaign. It's kind of neat. It's almost like a Dollar Tree combined with a World Market on a smaller size. It's kind of fun. And then this is just a Sharpie permanent marker in gold. What I'd like to do is just on a few of these words, go over them in these gold pens. It'll be subtle, but if you tilt the light just right, they should reflect a little. So let's see how this goes. You never know, right? And these don't look like real words. And let's pick another one over here. That's still on screen. And then maybe one over on this far side. And I'm going to go in with the other pen and do the same. Just pick some random words on here, or pseudo words. Just kind of random loops, a few F's, a couple L's. It's subtle. And let's do some echoing up here. This looks like a number. 1, 8, 4. And then another one here. Just kind of making it up as I go. And there's the word go. So it's not a lot. Just brings a little different layering to it. So now we have the ties on these jars of herbs. We have some of the gold. And then we have 2 tags with ribbons. And I am just going to put those on. I don't have a lot of fancy choices in the paper clips yet, with some pink paper clips. Okay. And that's all I want to do on this page. It's going to be a centerfold, but it has some texture, it has some layering, and it has some tags. And then on the back here, I'm not sure I like that. I may strip over it with the green if I can get it to tear. Doesn't tear it evenly, but we can layer it a little. There we go. Makes that pink a little more subtle. And then I did have a tag ready-made to go in this pocket. Let's see if I can grab it. Got a lot going on this table. Okay, here's the tag. It's a fern, a little bit of tea-dyed paper, and then a castle that I cut out of a bigger piece. And that will go in this pocket. So I still have a little bit to add here, probably just a little cluster at the top of some kind, but that's going to be the centerfold page in my next journal. So thank you for being patient with me while I poked my fingers and ran for pliers. I really appreciate you spending time with me.